the calendar is wrong. I agree. But the calendar's wrong because it doesn't provide enough opportunities to 128 tour card holders. It's providing opportunity to those top 8. The top 8 are overworked and everyone else is dying for chances. If you're not in those European tours, what have you got? 2 Pro Tours. Happy birthday to us.
Happy birthday
to us.
1 year today, Matt. We've made it. We never thought we'd get past a week, let alone a year. 1 year today. Incredible. Fantastic. Thanks to everybody for joining us and making it, making the channel what it is. Absolutely brilliant. So we're here. Episode 52. Get in the comments. Who's watched every single one? That's a lot of watching in me and Matt. Before we get started, Matt, I want to jump straight into, and I'm going to turn my background off for this because I want to jump straight into a question from John Whittles, who said he keeps seeing us wear fancy shirts on the podcast. When are they available? Well, this is the thing. This is what we said. If you're podcast watchers, you get to see new mission products before they're ever released. So if you want to know what's coming up, this is the place. So the shirts we've been wearing around in a couple of weeks. This is another different one today. We've got new mission arcs coming out in all sorts of different colors. There's a blue one there. There's a black one here. And look at these darts. This is 4 new ranges of darts that are coming out from mission and not for a couple of months. So I'm going to quickly pick out my favorite, which is this one. I absolutely love this. Try and get it in front of the camera, Andy. That'll help. That is absolutely gorgeous. So if you want to find out what's coming new for Mission, the podcast is going to be the place to find out. So there we go. How are
Audio
you?
listeners? I'm hating you right now. Do you know what?
Yeah,
I'm going to start
that.
this off with a little bit of a very positive vibe, and then I'm going to swiftly move to something completely different. You say, how am I? So I'm actually really good. So I've been going through something that this is the first time I've spoken about it, and I'll probably have to tell the missus now tonight because, if she listens to this. So I've been going
the lottery. If you won the lottery, have you?
I've been going through some very serious health checks.
Oh,
yeah. I had a couple of complications, and I'm one person who traditionally will not go to the doctors, but the complications pointed me to a direction. I thought, I've got to go get this checked. And when I went down, they thought the same. They was heavily concerned. And I thought, I'm not going to speak about this until I know the answer.
Yeah.
I'm cleared. Yes.
Wow.
Oh, my God. It's one of the most worrying things in your life.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, my word. So, yeah, that's out the way.
I'm glad, mate. I'm glad.
Now I can say I am absolutely well. It's probably why I've been spending a fortune, really. I can't stop buying things at the minute because it's changed my outlook completely.
To be honest, you're looking the happiest this morning that I've seen you for ages. Some of the viewers said you're a bit miserable the other week, but today I can say you're even smiling when you're not smiling, if that makes sense. You look happy. You look happy. So that's really good news, mate.
It is a relief. It's one of those things, and it changes your outlook on things a little bit as well. It does. Yeah. But also during that period of time, I've got to say that I also noticed a lot of things that really wound me up. And I thought about them this morning, and I thought, I'm going to mention a few of them. So I've wrote some of them down, so I know I'll forget, and I'll probably have some more things over time that have wound me up. But here's some things I've noticed that really have bugged me, because when you're irritable, you notice things a bit more. People walking down the street, looking at the phone. Why?
No. Yeah.
Would you walk down the street with your eyes shut? No. But they walk down the road, and then when they get to you, they're like, whoa. Oh, yeah, who would have thought there'd be someone else on the path? Who would have thought? Where did you come from? You must have just landed here out of somewhere. So along the same sort of vibe, people walking down the street and looking the opposite way, but still walking at full speed. So looking in a shop window, I'm going to carry on walking at full speed. Oh, why did you get there? Come on. Look the direction you're walking. We learned this as a child. Come on. Here's one for you. People that walk shoulder to shoulder, having a conversation, but walk really slowly.
And block the whole pathway.
Yes.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
You can't get round it without walking on the road. Yeah.
And you're like, hello, excuse me, can I get past? Can I get? And it's like you've disturbed their conversation, and it seems to be like your fault all of a sudden. So
can I give you one that relates to that? The other day, a car parked so far on the pavement that I had to walk on the road to get past it.
See,
there was no pavement left.
Join in the comments. This is your chance to vent. I've got a few more. People sitting down while someone else orders the food. So if I go into McDonald's by myself, right, and I get a burger meal, I turned around and all the tables were full, but about half of them, if not more, was from people sat waiting for someone behind me in the queue to order their food. You're behind me in the queue. Now you're taking up a table while someone else is ordering. I should go sit down. That should be banned. You should not be able to get a table until you've got your food. Banned.
That's like putting your towel on your sunbed and going shopping for the morning and just leaving it there. That'll be mine when I get back.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I'm front of the queue, turn around, and someone 20 minutes behind me. His mates are sat at the table like, yeah, go on, Dave, we're fine. We got a table. That guy can stand with his burger and chips. Yeah, brilliant. Thanks for that. So there's another one. People who use a pushchair as some form of plough. When did a pushchair go at arm's length and then you just push your way through? No, it's your child. It's not a plough. Pack it in. People who stand complaining in a queue to the member of staff. The staff member doesn't give a damn. I guarantee when you're complaining to that cashier on minimum wage in Tesco's, they do not care. The second you go, they're slagging you off to their colleague. They're not raising it to management. They don't give a damn. They don't care.
My favourite. Have you had this one where they go, did you find everything you wanted today, sir? Have you ever had that question at the cashier? I think they do it sometimes in Aldi. Like, did you find everything you were looking for today? Well, actually, no, because you'd run out of cucumber. And they go, oh, sorry about that. Like, there's no solution to it, is it? It's a pointless question.
Yeah. I'm going to save this story for later, actually. This is a warning to people, actually. This is a warning. I'm going to say this is a true story. I'll get to in a moment. Here's another one, right? This one's not so much of a rant. This is more of an observation. So as you know, I do coaching. And I used to do coaching where I'd do it in blocks of a week. And people would come to me. I'd go to like the local club where I used to practice, and we'd have a room there and we'd do it. Since then, I've now got this lovely studio in Daventry where I do it. And when I used to do it there, I used to get people booking. They used to pay when they arrived. Since I've got this place and I've got like an hour rent that I have to pay on the facility, I now charge a deposit up front. Whenever I do sessions, I'd do, like I said, I'd book a week. I'd go, this week I'm going to do sessions. I have 2 or 3 a day. I never completed 1 week of coaching where at least one person didn't have their child suddenly rushed into hospital or their car break down when they was turning up. Every week, at least one, my child's been rushed into hospital, my car's broken down. It was always those two really extreme things. And it happened all the time. And I thought, I must be the most unluckiest person in the world because everyone who books a session with me, their child falls ill. Like every time. Like every single week I book. And when I say do week, I used to do like 10, 15 weeks a year. So that's 15. It was probably about 20% of people. 2 things: car broke down, child rushed into hospital. Do you know what? Since I've started taking a deposit, not one child has been rushed into hospital, and not one car broken down.
Unbelievable.
It's crazy, isn't it? So there's my rants. They're things that have been sat on my chest for a period of time, and now that the big one's gone, it allows me now to let the little ones go.
And those that have been listening to us on a regular basis, Matt, will know that at 10 minutes in, we've still not talked about darts because that's what we do. We just talk about stuff, and that's what keeps people coming back. It's not all about darts. But you've had a bit of a rant. Now I'm going to have one because I've said in the past about dart players, get on with it. Stop moaning that there's a tournament every week. You're making fantastic money, better than Matt and I could have ever dreamed of making. Get on with it. I've changed my mind. I've changed my flipping mind. August always used to be downtime. Summer holidays, your kids are off school, spend some time with the kids, come back hard in September. I've just looked at this month's PDC in August, Australian Masters, New Zealand Masters, 2 Players' Championships, and the Flanders Trophy. So if you're in the top 8 in the world, you ain't getting a day off in August to spend with your kids. Now, if I'm Luke Humphrey, has Luke Humphrey's got kids? I don't know if he has. But if I'm one of the top players and I've got kids, I've got decisions to make here, Matt. I've got decisions to make. I think that's too much. I think there has to be a down month.
I agree and I don't. No one's making them do the full calendar. They're giving you the option and the choice. Now, if the option and the choice wasn't there, players would go, we need more opportunities. They've got opportunities. They could quite easily go, I'm not going to Australia for 2 weeks. Not doing it. As some people do. You don't have to go. It's non-ranked. Right. It's not going to affect your rankings. It's a choice. Yeah, it's a choice. You can go or not go. Oh, you're invited to go. Thanks for the invite, but it's been a busy year. I want to get ready for the back end of the year. I'm not going to go. Hopefully, maybe I'll do some of the others in future. That sort of thing. I think, again, when we're looking at the top 8 players, I would say, if anything, the calendar is wrong. I agree. But the calendar's wrong because it doesn't provide enough opportunities to 128 tour card holders. It's providing opportunity to those top 8. The top 8 are overworked and everyone else is dying for chances. If you're not in those European tours, what have you got? 2 Pro Tours.
Yeah, 2 Pro Tours.
What are you going to do? When was the last Pro Tour? Last week, wasn't it, in Hildesheim? Yeah. So we're talking a 6-7 week period, 2 Pro Tours. What are you going to do if you're the world number 33? Because you're not in the European Tour. You're not going to Australia.
Yeah. So it should be the other way round then. There should be more tournaments for those players and less requirements for the top players, maybe.
And that's where the top players now will skip the Pro Tours because they'll go, well, I don't need those because I'm in Minehead already. I don't need the Pro Tour ranking money. The money I'm going to make is not going to do much. I'm getting my match practice by going to Australia. So I don't need to do the Pro Tours. So I think the balance is very good right now. The issue only is going to come if players potentially get a little bit greedy with it, if management get a little bit greedy with it and go, right, we want to do everything. That's where the problem is. But with the carrot dangled, do we see that?
And I wonder now if this is, I can certainly say it isn't from Mission's perspective, but if it's sneaking into any players' contracts, if you're invited, you're going. You know, it'd be a bit naughty to sneak that into a contract, but, you know, players are getting paid a lot of sponsorship money now, and the sponsors rightly want some money back. These tournaments are going to be on ITV. You know, that's big channel. They want to see their players there. I do know there's 1 or 2 not going to Australia and New Zealand, but I just seem to remember August just being a down month. Surely there's enough time in the other 11 months to go, right, lads, put your darts away for a month, enjoy the sunshine, although it's chucking it down here, but enjoy the sunshine, spend some time with your family, and the other 11 months you work like a pack horse. But it doesn't seem that way now. It seems like they're cramming more and more and more into those 12 months, Matt.
I'm going to. This is why there's 2 of us on here because we can debate these things. I think this is great because yes, that's the case. But okay, PDC put the tools down and say we're not going to do anything in August. My next question, or follow-up question to that is, how many of those players then go and do an exhibition tour where they're in Skegness on a Monday night, they're in Scarborough on a Tuesday, they're in Leeds on Wednesday, and they go round creaming the exhibition circuit? All of them would do it.
Yeah, so they don't choose to spend that time as downtime. Yeah.
They do, they moan about it. Oh, the calendar's getting too packed. Okay, well, why don't you stop your 40 exhibition nights a year and focus on the rankings then?
Yeah,
focus on the PDC. Focus on the professional side of the game. Oh no, because you're 40 nights that you've. Yeah, so like it's one of them where I think if you give them more time, I think they're just going to do more exhibitions. They're not going to stop. They're not going to go, I'm going to have a bit of time at home.
Yeah, no, I think it's a fair point. Matt, we're 14 minutes in. We haven't even mentioned tonight. 7 o'clock, main channel. We haven't mentioned it.
That's because when people watch this, that would have happened 6 days ago.
And that's exactly why I have you by my side to remind me of things like that. Because this isn't going out live. However, when this goes out, tomorrow will be Rate My Throw at 7 p.m. on a Monday.
Every Monday.
Yeah, of course. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. You can tell I'm on holiday. Yeah, totally in holiday mode there. And there is lots of new content, isn't there, Matt? Because we filmed it. We spent a couple of days together. We didn't kill each other. We had a great time. Filmed lots and lots of new content for the main channel. Some stuff that people have been asking for as well. Some really important videos that people have been asking for. So looking forward to seeing that coming on them at the start of the season, which seems to have come like that. I couldn't believe it. I mean, bearing in mind we're filming this on Monday the 4th, I didn't even know the football season had started. Blackpool played on Saturday, the 2nd of August. When did the football season start? The 2nd of August.
League One and League Two,
Yeah. Well, obviously I'm in League One, so my team. So, we got beat 3-2 at home. Not very good. So I don't remember the football season starting that early. That seems really early to me. I know it's only. So I presume Championship's the week after, is it? I presume
Championship week after, Premier League week after that. Yeah. So
okay, good.
I've also just thought of a thing. Actually, you're on holiday for a few weeks now, aren't you? And next week for me is Champions Week. So next week's could be quite an interesting pod because we'll probably be finding
midnight on a Thursday or something. It could be anything, couldn't it? It absolutely could be. But right, I've got some really interesting topics this week, Matt, and they've not come from me or from you. They've come from our viewers and listeners. So I think we should get into there's some crackers. A lot of them I'm going to lead over to you because you will know the answers to. So a quick one to begin with. And I haven't got the name on this one, unfortunately, but somebody asking, how many of the top players smoke these days? He's saying it as a smoker. It's something I struggle with because I crave for a cigarette during a game, blah, 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 health aspects and everything else. Are there players that still smoke? And I went, I don't know any that do, but I bet Matt does. I mean, I'm not asking for names. I'm just saying, does it still go on?
Yeah, of course it does. Any form of smoking and vaping is still very popular in the world, isn't it? It is one thing, though, I've never quite got my head round. And there'll be smokers in here that probably agree, even though they're smokers. I don't understand how something that advertises that it's going to kill you on the packet, you instantly, at some point in your life, go, yeah, I'll give that a try. Like, the actual packet says, this product is going to kill you and you're going to be addicted to it to the point you're really going to struggle to stop having this, and it's going to kill you, don't forget. Oh, and by the way,
20 quid. Yeah. If you could just hand over your 20 quid at the same time to kill yourself. Yeah, no, I mean...
Addicted to death. Yeah, brilliant. I'll start doing that. Yeah, great one. Yeah, that's how I want to spend my life. I'm going to start that. Like,
look, I'm going to defend the smokers. I'm not a smoker. I'm going to defend them on the basis that there must be lots of things in life where you know this could kill you before you do it. Like these people that jump off cliffs with a coat on. Like, and they glide down. There's not, I'm sure there's plenty of them don't make it down, but they do it, and there's no people that are drinking, vodka and tonic at 7 a.m. That's not going to be so good for you. There's lots of things, isn't there, in life, and I think if it's something that gives you pleasure, who am I to say don't do it? Who knows how long we're on this short life? So
well,
but yeah,
we know what gives me pleasure at the minute, don't we, Andy? And
it's buying toys.
Andy is getting himself into a bit of trouble. So he gave me this big speech. Matt, let your hair down. You've earned it. Go spend it. All this sort of thing. Well, in the last 2 weeks, I bought 14 Sega Mega Drives games, ranging anywhere from £20 to £52 a game.
And you probably don't play them, do you? You don't play them. You're just collecting them.
Yeah. And they've got to be in mint condition with the tabs and the manual and everything like that. So I bought all these games, figures. I bought all this stuff. Got a Game Boy, an SP. And again, not playing them, just having them because I like
them in boxes.
Yeah. Oh, I tell you what, here's the other one. I should have brought a picture of this. This is the weirdest one I bought. So when I was younger, my parents used to have a newsagents. They had it in Langold originally, Langold near Worksop. And then that's when we moved to Daventry because the newsagent chain came down here. They want my parents to run it. So I'm very attached to like retail display stuff. So things like when I get like a Corinthian football figure with the big heads, I like the sachets and I like the boxes that they used to put them in shops in, like old sticker boxes. So I don't just like the stickers, I like the boxes that you used to buy them out of. You know, where you'd like lift the back up, the tab, and you'd have them all on display. Yeah. I like all those, so I buy all those things. And I was at a car boot, and someone was selling marbles, right? And he had one of the old vintage boxes that you used to have in the shops for the marbles. And I saw the artwork, and the artwork instantly took me back to helping putting them on the shelves and things like that and helping in the shop. So I said to the guy, I'm like, how much for the box? And he goes, oh no, I need the box to keep the marbles. So I did the only logical thing. I says, right, I'll just buy all your marbles then if I can have the box. So I bought all the marbles. So I've now got about 50 packs of 1980s marbles. So I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but I've got the box.
I would love to know if you asked let's say a 10-year-old child now, have you ever played marbles? How many would say yes? I reckon less than 10%. Less than 10%. I reckon a certain amount wouldn't even know what a marble was. We had hours of fun, didn't we, playing marbles? Especially when you were really young and you used to throw them too hard as smashing them into the skirting board. Parents going mental. Going to have to repaint the wall.
I do think, though, this is where the world's changing. We're seeing it in the sport of darts. We're seeing it in other sports. We're seeing it in other activities. You know, the missus, she collects Pokemon cards, right?
Yeah.
And when you think about Pokemon cards now, Pokemon cards have become a tradable value. Like every card's got a value to it. Oh, that's a cheap card. That's an expensive card. That's a this. So if you're a child and you're trying to complete a set, like we used to do with our sticker books, I used to pay 26 pence for a pack of stickers. With Bret Hart on the front in 1993, pack of wrestling stickers, 26 pence. If you're a child at school and you want to complete the Pokemon set and there's 60, 70, 80 pound cards in it, how on earth are you meant to complete your set?
Can't.
And the chase is gone.
We've talked about this before, haven't we? Where you can go on eBay and order the one you're missing. You need Terry Venables and you can just go and order him. Oh, come on! Where's the fun in that? Where's the fun in that? Right, somebody's got my goat up here with a question. Tenant Trud 2263 has said the rights and wrongs of letting the women and the men play together, but you two won't talk about it. Why wouldn't we talk about it? We've talked about it before. The rights and wrongs of women and men playing darts together. I've got no issue with it whatsoever. And I think he's probably pushing the button a little bit saying the women aren't good enough. And in my opinion, and I get asked this question a lot, I'm sure you do, it's simply down to there aren't as many women playing. There's no other reason.
What he's talking about is the rules change potentially with WDF now saying that the women's section gender specific at birth. Because we've had situations, haven't we, in the past with players crossing over and transitioning between the two.
The PDC haven't taken that stance yet, have they?
PDC haven't as of yet, no. So I hate people when people word things like that. Just speak the question. Like you don't need to be
No, we're not scared of anything, have we? Ted Barnes been on. Sorry,
one thing I will say is that we are getting stricter rules now, and it was necessary. If I didn't work in the role that I work in broadcasting capacity, may have exposed the system, or it's certainly some. So not all sports, but a lot of sports ruling is so light on it that you can apply for gender neutral certification, which you don't need any evidence for. You just declare yourself gender neutral with the government. It takes you about 6 weeks to get that certification. And there are a lot of sports and activities that with that gender neutral certification, you can go and play women's sports.
Really?
So, but I do think, but this is the same as everything. This is the same as everything. Nothing is highlighted and there are no changes made until there is a hole or a flaw within the system. There will be lots of things out there that are wrong right now that need changing, but because there is no examples of it going wrong, no one's looked at it yet. So I do think that these things will change a lot within the next couple of years.
Good answer. So Ted Barton's been on, and something we talk about a lot. We talked about who had the worst walk-on song. He says it's Joe Cullen. Oasis have been rammed down our throats for too long. He hates Joe Cullen's walk-on song. So there we go. It's just a sing-along, isn't it? It's not. It's just an Oasis sing-along. It's like we shouldn't call them walk-on songs anymore. They're just sing-alongs, and the players can mouth the words. Fantastic.
Don't forget, they can also chuck their arms out to the side.
Yes, they can. Yeah, if they're getting really into it. Yeah. Stan Nelson has said, opinion on marker darts versus blocker darts. He says marker darts drive me nuts. It's a bit of a strange question, I've got to be honest. Blocker darts just simply go and throw at an open target. Marker darts are there for a reason.
I think when you look at that, a lot of this comes down to understanding the behavior of your darts. If you understand the behavior of the darts, everything can be an asset. If you don't, look at the video me and Andy did when I was having a throw with different flights. And I had that one sit on the top wire. And I went, oh, no, that's fine. I can just go in the left-hand corner. And I was like, woo. Yeah. Because I understand how my darts work. And I knew I could work around that where if you don't understand, that's where you're going to get a lot of added deflections.
And here's a question for you, Matt. What's easier for you? Is it to throw a dart at a completely open treble 20 or to throw a dart when your first dart is perfectly sat on the bottom wire?
Oh, bottom wire. Yeah. Like we did the other day, didn't we? I threw one dart.
Yeah, we did.
And they went, oh, Andy, 180. Like...
Oh, talking of which, there's a video people don't want to watch. I know we've got audio listeners. The 9-dart challenge. They've got to see that when that comes out. Guys, seriously, if you're not subscribed to the main channel, please do. One of the best videos we've ever made, the 9-dart challenge. It's trending at the moment. There's a lot of it going around where players are trying to do a 9-darter. I'm not going to ruin it all, but you have got to see that video.
Sunday, the 17th of August. So it's going out on a Sunday.
Sunday?
Yeah.
On the main channel?
On the main channel, Sunday 17th. It's the only
pod.
It's the only Sunday upload we've got in August and September.
Right. Okay. All right. Yeah, well, like I say, guys, don't miss that. Right, question for Matt. What's one behind-the-scenes moment during a major tournament that changed your perspective of the game or of a player? What's happened behind the scenes that's really changed the way you've either thought about somebody or what you've thought about darts in general?
Okay, so one of the situations that came where I needed to really learn about managing time a little bit was in the World Championships when I nearly pooped my pants. So
there's the thumbnail.
So I'm on stage against Darius Labanauskas. I won the first set, lost the second. It was 1-1. We've gone to a comfort break. And I knew there was quite a long gap before the next one. And I was holding in a bit of wind because I was thinking, I'm not convinced this is just wind as such. So I was like, right, what I'm going to do in the break, I'm going to go off and I'm going to sit down and I'm going to let the fart go, and whatever happens, happens. I'll be fine. I'll be sat in the toilet. It's fine. And then I was like, no, I'm fine now. So I carried on. And then I was like, no, I'm going to go. And I've gone off and I've gone there. And then literally I've got to the toilet. I've just sat down. Rims just touched the toilet. Knock on the door. 45 seconds still live. I'm like, oh, for God's sake. So I'm sat there, trousers around the ankles, 45 seconds.
No.
So, and I'm like, luckily I didn't need to go. So I've ended up like rushing through and done my hands, got to the stage just in time to get like a few throws before. But I was thinking like how bad that could have been. And that's when I really started coming up with, because the biggest problem that I had before I really started getting quite good with my preparation was just do how I feel. Do I feel thirsty? Yeah, am I feeling a bit hungry? We all know when you feel thirsty, it's too late. You've been thirsty for a long time before you feel
dehydrated, don't you? Yeah.
If you're feeling hungry, it's too late. You've gone beyond the point of hunger. That's now the point of your body going, we really need some nutrition, lad. Get on with it. We're in demand here. Give us some. So it became a point of when it starts getting to tournaments or getting to things, right, we need to have some form of structure here, because I can't just do everything on feel because I nearly missed a cue. And then imagine that. Sorry, we've got a delay to the end of this game because Matt is on the toilet.
Yeah. Yeah, that wouldn't be good, would it? A question about darts. This is a good one. With darts growing globally, are we in danger of losing the pub roots that made the sport, where we all learned to play it? Is it time to embrace these huge venues with 30 boards in and everything else? Has it lost? Has the pub game, has it been lost now? Have they all turned into eateries?
It's already gone. Anyone who wants to debate that it's still there, it's gone. Let me give you some stats. Let me give you some numbers. Well, first of all, we know the decline of pubs, or in terms of actual just pubs, nightclubs, that sort of culture, all gone. Now, there are 2 counties near me that have recently made public posts. One is Oxfordshire. Their Super League consists of 5 teams.
Wow.
5 teams. Let's say they're 8-a-side. That gives them a pool of 40 players to pick for county, of which 24 are going to be playing on the county stage. Warwickshire, who are a Premier League county team, have 6 Super League teams. And think how big that is. That's Birmingham included in Warwickshire. Coventry, Nuneaton, big places. 6 Super League teams. I know they play 8-a-side. That gives them a pool of 48 players. 48 players. Obviously, some people have more because they'll have people there. So let's say they've got a maximum of 60 players to pick 24 from. That means that the stands are... Now, why? There's your question. Why is it dying? Because that Super League, what's it like underneath that at pub level? Yeah. So the reason is very, very simple for me. ADC vaults. Do I go to my local pub up the road that has 6 dartboards and has a vault where I'm going to play 4 games minimum a night, or do I get in a car, drive an hour to Birmingham, get in at 12:30 in the morning to get an average playing 1 game best of 5 with a chance to go play county? Or do I go to the vault where I get more games, less travelling, and a pathway to go play in the Nationals, to go play in the Super Series where I'm going to play on telly, to potentially be paying for £25,000?
Yeah.
I know which one I'd do. Yeah.
Yeah, and in my day when I was playing county, I'm sure you were the same. You got Cornwall away. Brilliant. 7 hours on a coach each way for a best of 7, and you're probably going to spend 200 quid while you're there. Yeah, great weekend, that, lads. Thanks for that. Oh, by the way, we're picking you up at 3 a.m. because it's a 7-hour drive. Oh, yeah, lovely. Can't think of anything I'd rather do. So, it's...
just gone.
Yeah, gone.
And you say to me now, I'm a county player for Leicestershire. And? Yeah. Well, before, he's a county player. He must be good. He's a county player. Now, I'm a county player. Oh, that means you've been selected to be one of the 24 players with the 40 people that play Super League in your county, are you? Well done. Congratulations. You're in the top half of the Super League averages. That must mean you're averaging 21. Well done. 20. So, yeah, it's gone. It's gone. It's absolutely gone. And do you know what? The missus plays, again, singles leagues. She plays a singles league on the Tuesday. That is very, very popular, very popular. And then she still plays in the local league on a Wednesday. And she had a presentation night. And, you've always got that one team who the best players all club together. Let's win everything. Yeah. And they're all sat there at the table and they're like, hey, look at us. Look, we've got all the trophies. And I'm looking at them thinking, what's the point in this? What is the point? Why are you happy to sit there with your £5 trophy that they've just bought from Trophy World down the road? Why does that why are you that bothered about it? And then the next thing is, everybody else in here, first of all, they think, what's the point? You might as well just give them the trophy.
Yeah, because they're going to win it all the time.
So it's just a room full of everyone going, what's the point in what we've just done all year? And then actually what happened, presentation night, like the team that won everything was there. And then there was probably only about 20 other people from the league turn up.
Yeah.
You know, back in the day, presentation night, everyone was there.
Oh,
bit of champagne supernova on the karaoke.
Oh, raffle tickets to win a meat tray. You know, I mean, it was just, that was the night, wasn't it?
Everyone was there, and it was, singles champion. Oh, yeah, brilliant. Oh, Andy's hit most 26ers this year. Up he goes, you know.
Yeah. Oh, I always
everyone
want
was
that.
there. Everyone was there for everybody else. And now it's like, it just, and that's the league I grew up playing. And I'm sat there thinking, it's gone. It's gone.
What a shame.
Yeah.
What a shame. It is a shame. But things move on. Things move on. There's on the other hand, we're seeing unbelievable venues pop up that are just amazing, that we'd love to spend time in. So it's just moved on, hasn't it? Right, question for you. This is from Steve Maddock. I thought it was going to be Steve Madden then, from the shoemaker. Hi, Matt. Saw some of the Players' Championship highlights this week and noticed that they don't use ring lights on any boards. They have a light above the board, which was casting a shadow. And we all know how Andy hates a shadow. The question is, why do they not use a ring light in Players' Championships?
I don't think until you've got a system that causes no interference with the players that they'd ever be accepted. So, as we know, PDC are sponsored by Winmore. They sponsor the boards, they sponsor other stuff. So that means the light system would have to be a Winmore light, which is a full 360 degrees, which means you can't just go and get things out. You've got to reach in. So it'll cause an issue. It's not just a free open board. The board will be blocked in some capacity. Not everyone's the same height. Some players are a bit shorter. That'll cause a few issues for some people. I hate them until, and this is genuinely true. This isn't me because I work for Mission now. This is something, if you go back in time, go look at my channel, you'll see I spoke about the 270 a lot, and I've got videos on the 270. For me, I would never use a ring light ever until that 270 came out, because that bit missing at the bottom changes everything. Until then, I felt like I was throwing into a tunnel. I felt like I was reaching in all the time. I kept catching my elbow on the light as I was bringing my arm out. I hated it. And I thought, if this is the future of darts, we're going to have problems here, because I don't like it. I do not go to a lot of tournaments because they use ring lights. And I hate it. So until that came out, for me, I was against them 100%. But now we've got possible solutions, and other people are coming up with different versions of it as well. But I think until you can get an unresisted ring light, you cannot put them on a professional tour.
Do you know, it just made me think of a question there, Matt, because we look at where people are listening to and watching us all over the world. If you can't get a Taurus 270 in the country where you are, will you let us know in the comments? Because that'd be a really good one to pass on and go, hey, guys, why are we not putting 270s into Lithuania or whatever country it is? Please get in the comments if you can't get hold of a Mission 270. Never know.
And do you know what? Do you know what? Literally, everyone who's used it, I speak to thousands of people a year. I have never known anyone say a bad thing about that ring light. And there's a lot of people that say, and this is branding, marketing, oh, this one's the best, that one's the best. But even when these have been out on the WF tour, you know, when Mission has sponsored events and things, and everyone, I didn't realize how good these lights were. Like, literally, if anyone in here can put me wrong and tell me a bit of negative feedback about that, please do. Because ideally, I want to see something negative about it, because it can't be perfect, surely, because everything should never be a 10 out of 10. Nothing's perfect. So please, come on, nitpick away, guys. Tell us something about it.
Right. Brilliant answer. Okay. So, big question for you now, Matt. If I play darts 2 hours a day, 5 days a week, am I getting any exercise? Is playing darts a form of exercise or not?
Scratching your backside is a form of exercise. You're moving, aren't you? Any form of movement, yeah. So what's interesting is what is defined as exercise. Yes, it'll be light to moderate, but it's still exercise. You know, just because it's light to mod, you're still taking steps. You're still resisting your body weight. You're still moving. You're still moving your arm. You're still throwing and propelling. You know, if you sit scratching your head, that's still going to be doing something. So yes, the calorie burn will be low. We're not going to hit certain training zones, you know, where we're going to be getting any form of physical development or growth or potential fat burn zones. Your heart rate's not going to hit those sort of levels. So, you know, when you look at those, age, 220 beats, take away your age is traditionally the way of working out your maximum potential heart rate, then percentages of so fat burn zone is probably 60% of that. So, you know, if we're looking at you, what are you, 50?
54.
So we're looking at what, 166 beats per minute. So what's 60% of that?
166.
Yeah.
90, about 98.
I don't think if you play darts, you're going to be around about the 100 beats a minute heart rate.
No.
So we're not really going to be pushing into like that fat burn zone there. So,
but would it count the same as walking? I mean, would
you use count. Well, the other thing as well is if you go for a walk,
do you do your steps? Do you do step count and see? Oh yeah, I've done my 10,000 steps today while I've been playing darts.
Yes, but then we go into different types of training. So if you go out now and do a walk for 2 hours or you play darts for 2 hours, again, it's different. Because if you go out and walk, that's 2 hours of continuous training, different training style. You know, when you think about like fartlek and all sorts of different types of training styles that people have, that is a different style of training because you're gonna throw, you're gonna stop to get your darts, you're gonna walk, you're gonna throw. So there's stop starting. So, but absolutely, it will burn calories, and I will get the exact, well, not the exact number because you can't get an exact number, but I will get a closer reading to this over the coming weeks, which we will hopefully have the answer for.
Oh, good. Oh,
so that's the reason to subscribe, because I'll have the answer soon. I'm actually doing this study right now.
Absolutely. Every week's a week to subscribe, especially as we've hit a year and we want to get to 2 years now. That's our next target. So, please do subscribe. Right. I've seen a lot of social media this week. It's all about Triple Crown, Matt. It doesn't exist, does it? How can you talk about something that's never been a thing?
Yeah. It's a narrative that's being pushed, not so much by Sky. This is a misconception that Sky are pushing this. The PDC aren't even pushing this. This is a couple of players, Luke Littler, Luke Humphreys, that are sort of pushing the narrative here on this one. I believe Wayne Mardle's mentioned it as well. So, Triple Crown, let me first give my opinion on it. And then we'll go into the what ifs. So my first opinion is you cannot include the Premier League, because the Premier League is an invitational event that's not always based on who's best right now. Who's got the best walk-on song? Who fits the best in business related because we want to try and get into Belgium? You know, that sort of thing. So who dances? You know, it's got that element to it as well, hasn't it? So we can't include that. For me, if you are going to make a Triple Crown, it has to be the three things that go alongside the PDC contract. If you ever read your 3,000-page PDC contract, which I have because I wanted to make some videos on it, there is a clause and a stipulation in your contract that says you cannot play any event, physical, online, etc. You cannot play in any event that uses the word world in the title. We have the World Grand Prix, the World Match Play, the World Championships. There's your Triple Crown.
The World Series of Darts, I think it's called.
It is, but that for me as an unranked event is sort of the way of getting around it. But those three are the three ranked events that use the word world in the title. That's what the contract says. You can't go play anything else. For me, that's the thing. Now, At the moment, this is just a discussion. This is opinions. This is everybody chucking out. This is what I think. This is what I think. So, of course, we're going to get involved. But I think until if the PDC make it a thing, it's a thing. It becomes true. But that's where they have to say, Triple Crown winner gets 100 grand. Triple Crown winner gets a badge for their shirt, like, a star, or, there has to be something that is acknowledged in a physical sense for this to be real. It can't just be, oh, you've done that, because that's just one person making it up. It has to be a physical thing that can continue throughout, that a player can have at home on display or show. If someone was to say, are you a Triple Crown winner? Yes, look. Until we've got that, it doesn't exist.
Okay. Right. Are you ready for this one? So, here's my thoughts on the Premier League. You know that you and I come up with various different qualifying criteria for things. I've got mine now, and I want to give you yours. So, top 4 qualify automatically. The next 3 are chosen by the PDC, leaving 1 spot. And that 1 spot goes to the player not already in it that has the most 100+ averages in the calendar year. So that's my random 8th pick. Do you like that? Do you hate it?
No,
what's yours?
No, because what if I draw Luke Littler a lot, there's a chance he's going to inflate my averages.
But you're going to lose every time. So you only get 100+ average. Whereas if let's say you get to a Players' Championship final, you could average 100+ 7 times that day.
I don't think we should start putting the weight on averages, to be honest. So here's what I will go. If we're going to start,
give me yours, then.
If we're going to start going bonkers with it, let's go bonkers. Okay. So I will go with the top 4. I will go with 3 invitationals where the preference will go to anyone who's won a Premier event. So if 3 different people have won Premier events, they're in. If 5 different people, that's your pool you're picking your 3 from. So you have to win a Premier event to be in that pool. After that, let's say there's one space where we haven't got a Premier event winner for. Okay, that's where we can start having a bit more opinion. And then we'll have a knockout on PDC TV with the top 32 non-qualified players playing for that spot.
That's fair, isn't it?
I'd rather that than averages. And have a knockout. And then the next thing is you've now got a tournament that you can play, maybe across 2 boards on PDC TV, so you can stream it. You've then got data that you can sell, so it's going to make a little bit of money as well. It's great interest, and it gives even more value to that £7 a month, I think it is, that people pay for PDC TV.
And you've talked about this before, because I've heard people say, Bo Greaves, you should put Bo Greaves in. Well, hang on a minute. She doesn't even have a tour card, for starters. But okay, let's imagine why are we putting Bo Greaves in? Because she averages 100. She averages 100. She doesn't, Matt, does she?
No.
What's her running average?
Bear with me, I can tell you. I can give you the factual figures.
So yes, she has averaged 100 on several occasions, absolutely. But she's also averaged 70. So that's not consistent enough for the Premier League, and it could be the end of her.
Okay, over the last 12 months, Bo Greaves has averaged 89.46. And if we was to put everybody into a world ranking based on purely on averages, she is the world number 105.
Right. So there you go. So that answers it for you right there. So yes, she has a great A game that is capable of competing there, but unfortunately she's not consistent enough. And, you know, she could go into that event and lose first round every single week and then might go and never to be seen again. You know, it could happen. It was the worst thing that happened to a few players. A few players got in there. I know Mark Webster, he killed his career. Wes Newton didn't do so good after that. You know, there's players that have gone into that you've thought, yeah, they'll do well, and it just hasn't happened for them. So it's not it's not everything that perhaps you think it is.
Well, let's put it this way as well. When we're dealing with professional players, the difference between the players is not always visible. And by that, what I mean is the professional players in darts play at such a high percentage that when we try and differentiate the quality between the players, we're not even talking 1 or 2%. We're talking fractions of percentages to differentiate the players. But those fractions of percentages in this sport are very, very loud. You know, what's the difference between Gerwyn Price and Luke Littler? Not a lot.
No.
Not a lot visible. They're both quality players, you know, but why is Luke Littler winning everything and Gerwyn Price wins a couple? What's the difference between Johnny Clayton and Chris Dobie? You'd say that's 50-50. So why Johnny Clayton winning so much more than Chris Dobie right now? Because he's 0.2 of a fraction stronger right now. It's those tiny little fractions speak volume.
Yeah. Timing as well. Timing of things. Right, I got a question for you now, because I disagree with Mr. Mardle. He commentated on the Littler 9-darter, the match play, and said it was the second best leg of all time. I disagree. It has to be the best leg of all time. There was 4 180s and a 141. You cannot have a more perfect leg. The one he's saying was the best leg of all time had 4 180s, a 141, but also had a miss, had a round where Van Gerwen missed. So surely the one that Littler did that with against Rock was the best leg of all time.
Yeah, I think we did speak about this. I'm not sure if it was on the pod or in person. And my stance of this is very much context should be ignored when deciding what things are. But what is the wording here? The most perfect leg of all time is that one, Luke Littler, Josh Rock, because no one missed. It was perfect. It was the perfect leg, the best leg that's possibly achieved. Adding context, that was a semi-final, the other one with the World Championship final. You know, adding the context of it was the top 2 players sort of going at it, the context of what was going on in the match at the time. So when you add in context and story, that makes that the best leg, the greatest, the most entertaining, the most wow factor leg. But it's not perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect to be great. Barry Hearn famously said, and I quote this a lot because it makes so much sense, sometimes the best racers come from 2 donkeys. You don't need 2 world-class thoroughbreds to make, because the story and the context around these 2 donkeys battling out, that's sport. It doesn't always have to be played here. Sport is 2 people of an equal standing battling it out. And that's where the context makes that one the best leg of all time, but the most perfect leg is Luke Littler's.
Defended Wayne perfectly there. Well said. Well said, Matt. Right. Something I wanted to ask you. You've been a lot more you played a lot longer on the PDC than I did, and you, as a commentator and everything, been behind the scenes more than I have. Have you ever seen anybody behind the scenes, as in practice, where you've thought, this guy's unbeatable? It's important. He hits everything he looks at. I famously remember being somewhere where somebody said they'd seen Phil Taylor hit 8 consecutive 180s in practice. And I was like, surely not.
Do you know what?
Have you seen stuff?
I have. But what I'm going to say is I will possibly say I see it more the other way around, where people are terrible in practice. There's this misconception that on the practice board, everyone's hitting everything. I would say maybe half the players really struggle in practice, are terrible on the practice board. And then when it gets to the game, bang. I was one of those. In practice, I couldn't really do anything. And when I got to the game, I'm averaging 90 again now. But yeah, practicing, I'd be like, I'm going to struggle today. This ain't going to be good. This could be embarrassing. Get to the game, fine. There's a lot of players like that, an awful lot of players. And I think there's this thing, isn't there, where you look at people and you go, they've got a relaxed throw. I bet they get everything in practice. Well, actually, because they've got a relaxed throw, they're probably too relaxed and they're in the comfort zone. So it actually goes the other way. And yeah, I know most people think the way you do, but from my observations and from what I've seen, it goes the opposite. Yeah.
That's
people
really
are terrible in
interesting.
practice.
It's really interesting because I was watching the golf, the British Open, and somebody had a phenomenal round and came off and they went, wow. And he went, I went out on the practice range beforehand and it went left, right, up. I couldn't hit a single thing. And then he started the round and played the round of his life. So it's almost like what you're saying there. It's almost like the practice was that bad. Maybe if the practice is that bad, you relaxed a bit more. Or maybe you just I found it in a game, I could focus better. Found it really hard to focus in practice when there was other people.
I'm going to pull you up a picture quickly. The audio listeners are going to love this.
Oh, okay. There's a picture coming up.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
Right. I'm just going on Google to get this. I talk about this a lot in my coaching. Okay. So, comfort.
Oh, right. Okay.
Stretch. Panic. 3 different zones of which we operate in. Now, panic zone. Look at the buzzwords that they've got here.
It's quite tough to see it, actually. You might have to read them out.
Overwhelmed, frustrated.
Oh, yeah. Decreasing performance.
Look at what's in the comfort zone. Safe, familiar, bored. Look what's in the stretch zone.
Routine.
Stretch zone. Success, risk, adventure. Problem solving. Challenge. Now, when you're practicing, it's very, very easy to practice in the comfort zone, which is a dip in performance. When you're playing, it's very easy to be in that panic zone, a dip in performance. Ideally, we want to always be in stretch. We always want to be in that mode. So to be practicing in the comfort zone, when you get to the game and there's something on it, you can easily go into that stretch zone. So, I mean, we haven't got long enough to go through all this. I maybe bring it up next week because then we can talk about the inverted U model, sports arousal levels, things like that. So maybe, again, another reason to subscribe because I can go into the psychology of it. But very much so, the challenge on a practice board, when you think, I'm going to go play this game right now, first round of a Pro Tour for £1,000, and right now I'm an hour away from doing so, is that arousal level the same? No. It's lower. So by being lower, you're relaxed. By being relaxed, you're not producing the same levels. You're not playing the same. You're not throwing as hard. How many times on a practice board do you work out the mechanics of your throw? Because you're not engaged.
Yeah, good. Like it. Right, I'm good. As it's that time, those listeners and watchers that stay with us all the way through the podcast, I'm going to show you these 4 darts once more, and you can decide what you like the look of. Just for our pod viewers, you get to see the new Mission product. I'm going to put these right in front of the camera. Let's go up a bit and get right in on them. There you go. 4 new darts coming from Mission. Oh, and Edgar's coming back with a massive parcel. I don't know what's in this. What's in this, Matthew?
So, as I said, I've got a real unhealthy addiction at the moment with spending. So right here, we have my new chair.
Oh, fabulous, because the gas has gone on that one, hasn't it?
8-point massaging chair with lights and everything on. So
please have that ready for next week.
So that's probably going to be in the box, knowing me, for about 3 months.
It is, isn't it? It is. We're all excited to see it on the podcast next week with you sat there like that. But we know it won't. It won't even. You might have taken the sellotape off the top of the box by then, but it won't be out. It won't be out.
It's here.
It's not a chance.
It's here.
It's there.
And now I need to stop spending.
Yes, you do. So we'll join you again next week. We'll find out if Matt's built his chair. We'll find out what toys he's bought this week. And we'll catch you up next week for episode 53 into year 2. Make sure you subscribe.